Hey there! Most people know how to replace the valve in the back of the toilet, but if you're new to homeowner and you haven't had to mess with this yet, here's what we do. The problem is, with the water turned on, it just keeps running. You can hear water running someplace, and when you look inside these things, a lot of them have this valve here. Now, this type of setup, you have a couple adjustments you can make on it. There's a screw here that you can tighten down, and that lifts this float up, and that's what actually seals the water flow, shuts the water flow off. So you can tighten that down with a screwdriver, and hopefully that'll help. The other thing you can try is the ball here, the float. You see that's a threaded rod. You can screw this out just a little bit, which makes the arm longer, and a lot of times that will shut the water off sooner. So in this area we have a lot of hard water, a lot of calcium and whatnot build up, a lot of minerals in the water, and the valves kind of get they get to where they're not going to seal too well. But anyway, the next step, if you can't get this to shut off, it's really easy to replace this assembly here. So the first step in that is there's a valve down here. I have that shut off. If your house doesn't have a valve on each appliance, now would be the time to put it in. You might find the valve inside the cabinet if your water supply comes out of a cabinet like this, but if not, now's a good time to get it shut off. So next thing to do is drain all the water out of the tank, and we're going to loosen this up from the bottom. Underneath here, if you look, we're going to take this apart right here, right below the tank, and that's going to let this top assembly come out, and then we're going to replace it with a new one. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is throw a towel on the floor to mop up all the water that we can't get out. Loosen this up. This is the nut that holds the guts to the inside of the tank. So now that it's loose, I'm going to move the tank. Now that it's loose, I'm going to move the old valve, and we're going to start seeing some water leak out. Just what's left in the tank. So have a towel ready. There's going to be a fair amount for it to catch. So now this piece will just lift right out. I need to take this hose off, and this assembly we're going to get ready to throw it away. So the new piece, this is adjustable. You can make this longer, shorter, to adjust for the different size of tank that you have. So I need to take the, oh, it's already, alright, check the height. It looks like it's going to be good. So this already has a gasket on it that's going to seal the inside of the tank. And it came with a plastic nut. This just threads up on the bottom side of that same shaft, and that's going to make it watertight. Don't have to crank it down really tight, just make it snug, and that's going to pull that gasket down into the hole on the tank. And that's going to seal it off, make it tight, watertight. Okay, so next step, I'm going to take the water line and hook that up to the bottom of the new valve. And again, finger tight, should be plenty. This rubber hose comes with it. We're going to replace the old one. This fits onto a place on the side of your new valve, and then it goes down into the middle spout here. This fills the bowl up whenever you flush. This is how water gets inside the bowl. As far as to fill it up, get ready for the next flush. Alright, we should be set to go. I'm going to turn the water valve on. You can hear the water coming in. Quick check down here for leaks. Everything feels good. But throughout the day, I'm going to keep checking that hook up on the underside there. It's just finger tight, that's all it needs to be, but I'm going to make sure it's tight enough throughout the day, and probably a little bit tomorrow just to make sure it's tight enough. Then after this fills up, there's an adjustment wheel here. I don't know if you can see this little wheel here that you turn and just adjust how high the water level is here. If you have trouble needing a little bit more water, just let it raise up. It's really simple. But that's all it takes to replace the valve. If you ever have a stool that runs, that's all we have to do. Alright, I've adjusted the height, the water, everything's good to go. All I have to do is replace the lid. And if you listen, I don't hear it running. So, if you have something like that at home, really easy to take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. We'll see what else we can fix.